Alright guys, welcome to this walkthrough. This will be a makeshift for generating our ART line list from NMRS. So recall before now we were supposed to generate from NMRS interface, but just for the makeshift we'll be generating our ART line list from the MySQL platform. First, how do we do this? There is a script, a MySQL script that has been shared with the team. So just download yours, drop it where at a desired location, like in my case on my desktop. Now, the next thing you'll need to do is just to launch your MySQL workbench. Remember, there are quick setup you may want to do for your MySQL. So type MySQL, this comes up, click on the dolphin icon, and then connect to your database. Now, remember, like I said earlier on, a quick setup you may want to do for your database first is to edit the time it takes for you to connect to your database. What you do in that case is to come to the top left corner, click on edit. When you do that, you have the dialog box come down, like the drop down menu, including preferences at the bottom. Select preferences, and the dialog box comes up. Select SQL editor on the top left corner, and then this comes up. In your cases, you may be having 600 seconds, 30 seconds, and 60 seconds. So my interest is for this particular field where I have DBMS connection read timeout interval. What you'll be having will be 30 seconds, meaning if your query runs for 30 seconds and can't fetch the file, it will be terminated. So in my case, I want to increase this to about 12 hours. That will be equivalent to 43,200 seconds. So I'll update 43,200 seconds right there, and then in your case also, what you'll be having down here will be this box will be checked. So you will need to uncheck it so that you'll be able to, some query you'll be running will be able to get affected. So I uncheck this box and then hit OK. With this, I'm done with that. And also the next field I want you to take note of is this field on the toolbar here, where you have don't limit. By default, what you will be having would be limit to 1,000 rows. Okay, so meaning if you have more than 1,000 rows of data, the data that will be exported for you will be just 1,000 rows. So we have a couple of facilities that have more than 1,000 rows of data. You want to have more than this. So simply come here and then select this, choose don't limit. Okay, so you don't need to give limit to the number of rows that's generated. Once you're done with this, you're good to go. All you need to do is just close your MySQL and then relaunch it again to have all those changes effected. So I search workbench again. All right, click on the dolphin icon, and then it launches my workbench. Okay, so at this point, the next thing I need to do is open it up. When I open it up, it's blank, of course, yeah. And then go ahead to also open the script that I imported. This script here. This script is to help us generate the makeshift ART line list. So double click on the script. It would open on MySQL, and then or you can also right click on it and choose the way you want to open it. You can also open it with Notepad, copy and then paste on your MySQL workbench and run. So from here we can actually see on my screen that two windows have been opened on my SQL database workbench rather. The local instance MySQL, that's the first one I opened where I edited all of this, and the unconnected window, which is this script that I just opened. You can actually see down here, it runs down, okay, the script that would help us generate this ART line list. So what you need to do is just click on any point around here, Control A to highlight everything, Control C to copy, then go back to your database. The top, I told us there are two windows open. One of it is for the query and the other is for the database. So click on this, the one that is local instance MySQL 57, which is connected to the database. When you click on that, you come here to the query pane and paste that query. You may want to be sure that you are connected to the database by selecting OpenMRS in this case. You can see before now we didn't have any database selected, any object selected. It was showing no object selected, right? So I just select OpenMRS, and now we have OpenMRS as a schema that has been selected. With this now I can easily run the query. So I just hit, there's a lightning icon at the top left corner of the toolbar. Okay, I have save, I have folder, save, lightning icon, and then the lightning icon with one. I guess we'll get to know the difference between these two, but the one I want us to run is the first one so that all the query would run at the same time. So I just hit run, and then for a couple of facilities, you may have that a couple of query may run. successfully at this point. For mine, it takes time to run the drop function of the drop function if exists query. So all you need to do is just, once you've gotten to this point where it is running, you can see the last query here is still running. Okay, so once you can see the query is running, for some facility, depending on the size, it might take 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, or as low as even 3 seconds. Okay, so just allow it to keep running. You can go ahead, minimize this screen, and go ahead to do your entries or whatever you want to do on your database while your MySQL server is still running. You may need to come back intermittently to see if it is completed depending on your database. After the first one, I would want to believe that you'll be able to, estimate how long it would take in subsequent time for you to come back and check. All right, so I'll just allow us to wait for this to get done for our ART line list to be generated.